Hello, I am doing the intro at Birkrick Stone Circle. Despite the video's got nothing to do with Birkrick Stone Circle other than Prehistoric Furness. I'm in the process of moving out of Barrow in Furness. I've been doing a bit of a farewell tour today. So today I'm going to actually take you around a few Iron Age sites that are much closer to Barrow than this. Now, a prehistoric Barrow in Furness is a really underappreciated thing. I'm only aware of about 3 people who've got any interest in it at all, of which unfortunately I'm one of them and I'm leaving. But I hope this video will spark a little bit of interest. You might not be able to see it, I certainly can't right now, but there's actually an Iron Age settlement right there, well, some sort of enclosure. You can just about see my old house in the background, I'm not telling you which one. And you'll notice just behind that there's a hill with a suspiciously flat top. Nobody seems to know what that is, but it might have been something to do with a pretender to the throne called Lambert Simnel. I'm not aware of any archaeological investigations on it, and it's locally rumoured to be natural, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I just found it interesting how from here they line up so nicely. I'm going along the right-of-way through this field, which is a really interesting route because it comes off a sharp bend in a modern road, which to me from the layout implies that a road would have once come along here. So I'm exhausted from walking. But I can't really see much trace of one. Like, there's no obvious cut in the hillside. It's very boggy down there where it flattens out. There are a few stones underfoot. Not many. Not enough to say it really looks like an abandoned trackway, and the only pottery I've found is no earlier than Victorian. Maybe I spoke too soon. This does actually look very rocky. Just approaching the next field, which is a lot wilder, but OS Map says this is the route. I'm currently on the southern side of just to the south of the mosses, the very boggy bit, and I'm now on what does seem a bit more like an old road. I think it's pretty clear to me that there were roads that ran either side of the mosses. I don't know how long ago, probably talking hundreds rather than thousands of years ago. Is that an owl? It's probably just a seagull. It might be a barn owl actually. Don't think you can see it. There are barn owls around here. Oh, it is a barn owl. Hello, barn owl. Sorry, you can just see a little white dot. There you go. There we go. There's my guest presenter, a barn owl. That's flying off. But this spot, so zoom back out again. This is quite hard standing. It is quite rocky. It doesn't feel boggy. So yeah, this definitely is some sort of road. It's probably only a couple of hundred years old, and there's a funny little pipe type thing there. I'm now on what looks like another old road on the other side of the mosses. Again, probably a couple of hundred years old. Very distinctive from the road layouts that there used to be something here, but I don't know if it's more than a couple of hundred. I was hoping to do a bit more walking on that side, but the right-of-way that goes through that farm looks like it's been closed off, which isn't great. The footpath signs don't point past it, and there's a very faded red sign that I should have taken a photo of, but I forgot. And now I'm the other side of the field and I can't be bothered to go back. But anyway, this is quite a nice road here. Not so much sign of it behind me, so I'm not sure where it would have gone beyond this. Did it just go to here? Did it go to a crossing point? Because there is a crossing point across the stream. But yeah, let's have a look down here, because the other Iron Age settlements are somewhere along here. I'm now on the site of 2 quite spectacular enclosures, which again, you can't really see anything. So one of them goes into that hedge line there. I think you can see where the hedge line might have been flattened off, and then it goes down a little bit further there. So maybe there's a bit of a platform there. Sometimes that's all you can see of these places. There are some very old looking gate posts here, and also over there. And then the really spectacular ones in this field here, it's got entrances with post holes and all that. I would love to excavate it, but I doubt that's happening. I mean, that'll be the one thing that drags me back to Barrow in Furness. Yeah, it's a lovely area, but there's just no sign above ground. Even on modern aerial photos, there's nothing. And here's some more of it. Still absolutely nothing to see, except I guess it's kind of flat. And then if I take you to the other side of the road, like this isn't a modern road, it's more a farm access track, but when it crosses the road that is still in use, it's actually got a name of Brackenbed Lane, so clearly at some point it was considered a fairly significant road. Yeah, other side of the enclosure, nothing to see really. Yeah, can't see anything. Beneath these gently steaming turds, this field has some of the most weird and wonderful crop marks I've ever actually seen. I'll put a photo, well, a screenshot of them in the overlay. But I think they're associated with the other activity in the area. And there's also a fascinating little secret at the end of this lane, which I will tell you in the next shot. My next shot didn't quite go to plan due to an incident involving some children and a runaway dog. So you'll have to do with some silent footage and some voiceovers. Anyway, the secret is this field is called Briggett Well. And here are some very old looking gateposts that are there. And here's another one. The area is significant because on the old tithe maps, the name Briggett Well is basically without explanation, and the best we've got is that it might be a Romano-British reference to Brigantia. This could imply that it's an ancient sacred site. I couldn't see anything there which definitely looks like a well, but the area is definitely very boggy. There's a pond there, and it's somewhere that's best visited in Wellies. There is another place nearby called Back Briggett, which I've never actually been to, so I can't tell you any more about that one, but maybe in a future video. The area has an ancient landscape look to it, and there's a lot of stones and springs around there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick look around prehistoric Barrow in Furness or just outside. Please like, subscribe, share, whatever if you like this video.